This report is brought to you by the NRSF, the National Road Safety Foundation. The Chicago Auto Show is a big event every year. As you're about to see in this next report, it's also the showcase for the finalists of the annual contest, Drive Safe Chicago.
3 finalists are competing against each other to create the PSA they hope will take the top prize.
I'm gonna get crazy. So the topic was preventing drunk driving, so when I was thinking about it, I didn't want any already drunk teens in my video. I wanted it to be like they were well prepared and thought out, so I had the idea of someone already being the designated driver.
I'm thinking like quick cuts. The teen is intoxicated and she's driving down the road, and what she's seeing is not exactly what is reality of what is really happening. So she realizes that and she calls for a ride.
This is what the shots are gonna look like. So my concept is if you get hammered and you go driving out, you're gonna get nailed by the police, and really it's just dangerous because you're gonna be swerving and you're gonna be potentially hitting someone else or other things.
And while the contest is open to students in Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Indiana, once again, all 3 finalists are from the same state, Indiana. In fact, they're from the same school. This is the 5th year students in Bob Phelps' video production class made the cut. And it's important to point out that, as always, the finalists were chosen without the judges knowing where the students were from.
I think we've had a lot of success over the years with this National Road Safety Foundation Drive Safe Chicago Challenge because I've got great students who understand that we can tell a good story if we take a step back and write a clear message, one that really can be a powerful message.
To help the finalists turn their messages into PSAs worthy of going on national TV, the NRSF sent a professional video crew to work with the students. The NRSF also treated the finalists and the actors to lunch, a working lunch.
Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, you can chew and listen, right? Okay.
Alan is the director. He'll work with the finalists to help them capture the look they want for their PSAs.
First of all, congratulations to the finalists, and then to the people that are volunteering to be actors, narrator, etc. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Mary Lou is the producer. Her role is to keep the production on schedule and to make sure no important details are overlooked.
I already have Logan's release work, so he's the narrator, we're set.
Sitting next to Alan is Rick. He's the DP, Director of Photography. In addition to operating the camera, the DP is responsible for the all-important lighting that brings each shot to life. There's one more member of the production team that you don't see at the moment. That's David. He's the one shooting the behind-the-scenes video for this report.
We're going to break up into 3 groups, each PSA, and David, Rick, and Mary Lou will work with each group. And there are things that they will point out to you that we kind of feel need to be finessed. I don't use the word fixed, but finessed in the scripts. Continuity, whether or not the shots work visually. In other words, what works on a piece of paper, does it work in real world?
Working with Logan and his actors, David walked through Logan's storyboards.
Okay, Logan, we've been through the script and I've seen your storyboards. Everything's great. So what I was hoping is that you could step us through this just so that I understood your concept best, because I wanted to know what you saw within these shots. So why don't you step through them?
I'm thinking like a panning shot of the cars driving past. I was thinking low angle cars driving past.
Mm-hmm. Like tires are in the forefront.
Yeah, so you're seeing it from here, kind of, and then
Mm-hmm. So you want the camera to pan with the car?
Pan with the car,
okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Make a note of that.
To help Maya's group rehearse their roles, Rick had them sit in chairs arranged like seats in a car. Then he had them run through the lines to see how closely it timed out to the required 30 seconds.
All right, so here we go. Dancing in the car for 3 seconds. You reach for the radio, turn it down, and...
I'm so excited for this party tonight.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna get crazy.
Wait, who's gonna drive us home then?
Definitely not me.
I can drive. I won't drink.
Perfect.
Having a designated driver makes me feel a lot better.
Be prepared. Prevent drunk driving. Okay, so we have a little bit of time. That was only 23 seconds.
While Mary Lou helped Ethan add dialogue to his storyboards, Mr. Phelps and David created some of the props needed for Ethan's PSA, fake beer cans. Because the PSA is not allowed to show brand names, the labels needed to be carefully covered over. But Ethan's script called for more than just beer cans.
I needed a special prop for my PSA, so basically I made a really big hammerhead helmet. It took me about like 2 hours to make, and really it's all made of cardboard and hot glue. And here we just put a bunch of tape around it to give it that metal effect. It was pretty fun to make, for sure. It definitely turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So yeah.
Ethan certainly deserves props for his prop. Anyway, the next step was recording the narration for the PSAs, which is not as easy as you might think.
Get a ride, VO, take 2. When you're drunk, you aren't driving on the When you're drunk, you aren't driving on the same road as take 5. When you're drunk.
This is take 6.
Okay. Jeez, we're gonna be here a while.
This is take 7.
That kind of.
I also heard the paper.
Take 9.
1 second. No, this is take 10.
Okay.
We're going to do one more, and this is going to be your perfect one. Okay. You're going to take it from the top.
Okay.
And take a deep breath before you start it. We want you to have a lot of air in you. I don't want you to run out of steam.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
This is 12.
12. When you're drunk, you aren't driving on the same road as the rest of us. If you decide to drink, get a ride. Don't drive.
That was it.
That was it?
That's the one.
Okay.
That's good.
Great.
When we return, we'll show you how their PSAs turned out. Teen Kids News will be right back. We're back at the Porter County Career Center in Valparaiso, Indiana. 3 of the students here are finalists in the Drive Safe Chicago PSA Challenge. An Emmy Award-winning production crew was flown in to help the students produce their PSAs. So far, they've had a production meeting that included all the actors. Storyboards were reviewed and modified.
You're gonna be like shining your light on the cans.
Actors were rehearsed.
All right, so whenever you're ready.
All right. When you're drunk, you aren't driving on the same road as the rest of us.
Hey, can you pick me up? I can't drive.
If you decide to drink, get a ride. Don't drive.
Yeah. That's what I was looking for with that.
Awesome.
Props were created and the narrations recorded.
3, 2, 1. Be prepared. Prevent drunk driving.
Good. Maya, how'd that sound to you?
That was good.
Next step is getting ready to shoot the PSAs, starting with Ethan's. His script calls for a police officer. Valparaiso patrolman Riley Owens agreed to help out.
We have it hiding under here, so you don't have to worry about the being seen.
Yeah.
Despite the falling temperature and the lightly falling snow, the crew began the shooting.
Everybody ready? Sure. Time code 0905. Roll, please, Rick.
Okay, rolling.
Everybody quiet, because I may want to get some of this radio.
Shot 6, take 4.
And action.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
No, those aren't mine.
And cut.
Yeah, the hammer was really a good touch by Ethan. There was really cool. When he came out of the car, I was trying not to smile.
The next day, the crew worked with Maya to shoot her PSA.
And radio.
I think it went pretty well. It was fun to be working with my friends and with everyone. It was kind of like a hustle and bustle kind of thing, but it was fun and it was exciting.
And then in the evening, it was Logan's turn.
Action.
Cut. The shooting went really well. It was cold, but, That's television.
After the spots were edited, they were put on the Chicago Auto Show's Facebook page. The public was invited to vote for their favorite. Coming in third place is Ethan's PSA, Drive Hammered, Get Nailed.
And action.
License registration, please.
I know they're here somewhere.
Well, I stopped you because you were swerving in and out of your lane.
For real?
For real. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
No, sir. Those aren't mine.
Well, you look pretty hammered to me, sir. Step out of the vehicle, please.
Oh, man. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Drive hammered, get nailed.
Maya's PSA, Be Prepared, came in second.
I'm so excited for this party tonight.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, who's gonna drive us home then?
Definitely not me.
I can drive. I won't drink.
Perfect.
I'm so glad we have a designated driver now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Be prepared. Prevent drunk driving.
And receiving the most votes is Logan's PSA, Get a Ride.
All right, action.
When you're drunk, you aren't driving on the same road as the rest of us.
Hey, can you pick me up? I don't think I can drive myself home.
If you decide to drink, get a ride. Don't drive.
The 3 finalists received checks ranging from $500 to $2,000. To find out about the many challenges sponsored by the National Road Safety Foundation, go to nrsf.org. For Teen Kids News, I'm Ava.